All right, we're at Larrikin. Bloody good bourbon. Looks like a kangaroo. Never met in my life, seen a Kentuckian who didn't have a gun, a pack of cards, and a jug of bourbon. Andrew Jackson. That's probably a lot of truth to that. Born to fight. I don't know much about it, but I've heard a lot of people say a lot of really good things about it. So let's see what's happening here. All right. Wow. They got a lot of music playing, but we will do what they say. I'm pretty sure that music is going to hurt me. I will get over here. Some people don't want to be on here, so all right. Let's see. I'll try to get over here, and I'll see some of the stuff they've got. Got some socks. Got some dog toys, and they have a pretty nice looking bar over here. All right, well, they're playing music pretty loud in there, so it's kind of hard for me to get in there, and they're playing it over here as well. I'm going to show some of the prices, let you guys see them. Got the single barrel, the maple, that one bite, and the single barrel. It looks like they have cigars. All right.
You're welcome. Take your time.
Thanks. All right. Well, let's see. I'll come over here and try to get a little bit more. I'm going to talk a lot, as I always do when there's music. So they have the decadent. Let's see. Tastings. You can get all four of these, 4 single barrels, or a single pour for $9. All right. So we will see what happens with this music. And I did not know they were playing music, or I wouldn't have come in as quickly as I did. I would have prefaced that. So anyway, cool little place. There's the dunny, and we will go from there. So we'll see what happens if I get monetized. I'll voice over this whole thing.
I'll go ahead and kind of explain everything to you guys, walk y'all through the fights, and then I'll set you loose and you guys can, oh gosh.
I told you.
So welcome to Larrikin, officially welcome. My name's Emily. So give you guys a little bit of background about us. We are Australian owned.
You don't sound Australian.
Not me, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Greg is. I'll try to get him to come over and say hi to you guys as well. He's from Perth, Australia. He was in the Australian Navy and the United States Navy, so he did time in both. His wife, Katie, is still active in the Navy Reserves. So she's actually on duty right now working out of the Pentagon. The last time we heard from her, she was at the Pentagon, so I'm not sure what she's doing, but... Greg just got back from Australia today. He goes home usually right around Christmas, New Year's. His parents still live over there, so he's a little jet lagged, but he's here. But this is his American dream, is what he calls it. He loves bourbon, him and his wife both. They would vacation to Kentucky and do the whole trail thing. And he always said he wanted to start his own distillery, so we're finally doing it. So we've been only established for about 3 years now. We've only been in this new location for the last year or so. So this is our new home, still kind of getting the distillery part of the building all set up. We just got our 500-gallon still delivered right before Christmas. So it was like our big Christmas present. We were on a 2-year waiting list for a 500-gallon pot still. So just got that bad boy delivered, waiting on like our fermenter to come in. He has to drill some holes obviously in the ground for pipes and all that stuff. So it's a work in progress. But he has partnered with a couple other smaller distilleries to obviously help us get started. You can't make bourbon overnight. But everything is Kentucky distilled. So yeah, we are just getting started here. So I'm going to explain the taste of LBC to you. So we call it the taste of LBC. It's just a little bit of variety of like everything that we have. You get 3 bourbons and you get a rye whiskey. So the first one on the flight is called our small batch bourbon. It is an 86% corn, 10% rye, 4% malted barley on the mash bill. This is a 4-year-old, and it is a 5-barrel blend. So all of our batch bourbons are usually 4 or 5 barrel blends. They're super small batches. We're not like the big guys that are blending hundreds and hundreds of barrels. Not yet. This guy is also an 80 proof, so it has the most corn out of all of our products, and it's the lowest proof. So a lot of our local regulars call it their breakfast bourbon because it has the most corn, which adds a little sweetness to it. Lower proof, it's sweet, it's smooth,
I like it.
It's a nice one.
It's got, I want to say like a pine, almost like a almost like a pine on the nose, like.
That first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, it was like I smelled of his. I got a lot of like citrus and what else was it? There was something else.
Red grapefruit.
Nice.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Pine and grapefruit. I can see that. Yeah.
And that's something that we don't do here. Like, we don't do, tasting notes or anything like that because everybody smells different, everybody tastes different.
Everyone definitely smells different. 100%.
I
100%.
apologize for talking.
Yeah. We slept in a parking lot last night, so we don't smell the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have smelled my Uber driver.
All right. Well, the next one on your all's flight is our bottled and bonds. This is probably hands down our most popular product right now. We actually launched this at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival in September. That's also where we did our rebrand for our name. So we were formerly known as Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company. We just did the rebrand in September at the Bourbon Fest. So we did the whole launch and we launched our bottled and bond. So this one was actually distilled by Barton in Bardstown. It is 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. You all know bottled and bond has to be proofed right at 100 proof, so it is 100 proof. Bottled and bond also has to be at least 4 years old, but ours is an 8-year-old. And it is a 4-barrel blend.
It's good. It's definitely, you can definitely get the Barton in that. I get that. There's like a light nuttiness in there, just a little bit at the very beginning, so it's good.
The third one on your all's flight, our American Maple. We just released this last October a little bit. It was like our little fall release that we did. It is finished in maple syrup barrels. So we actually partner with a small family-owned business based out of Wisconsin. And whenever we get done bottling stuff, we send them our freshly dumped barrels, like used barrels. And then they fill it up with their maple syrup to do a barrel-aged maple syrup.
You sell that here?
We did, yeah. So they bottle it for us in these little bottles. They send us the bottles back, and then they also sent the barrels back. So whenever we got our first round of barrels back, we were like, well, why not, dump some bourbon in these barrels and do a maple finish. So this is the first round that we've done of it. It's a 5-year-old. This is also just a 4-barrel blend, and we did proof it down to 90 proof.
Is this the bottle and bond mixed? Was that what was in it?
No, just the same mash bill.
Same mash bill.
Yeah.
I don't get much maple syrup on it though.
It's very subtle. This is the first round that we did. I think Greg agreed that next time we would probably let it sit in there for a little longer. I think we did about 4 or 5 months. We were scared, it was going to be too mapley, not mapley enough. So.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely.
Pancake syrup on the nose.
Yeah,
oh, yeah,
on the nose definitely.
Light.
Yeah.
It's very oaky, and when I say oaky, it's not bitter, but you take. He called it a double oak. It tastes like a double oak.
Yeah.
Feels like a double oak for sure.
Right.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Maple's the sweet one.
Yeah. I kind of call it a little maple kiss. It's not too much, just a little bit there on the end. Now the last one on your all's flights is our Decade. It is 100% rye whiskey. No corn, no barley, nothing else in there. This one was actually distilled in Alberta, Canada. It is 100% Alberta rye.
We call it peppermint.
So it's distilled in Alberta. It was actually planned on being shipped over to Russia. And whenever Russia invaded Ukraine and the war started, that ship literally turned around and didn't go to Russia.
Yeah.
So our owner, Greg, got a phone call. This guy had found 10 barrels of 100% rye sitting on a barge in Cincinnati. And Greg said, I want it. I want every
100%.
100%.
Never heard of it.
Yep, 100% Alberta rye. So we just blended the 10 barrels together. We call it Decade because it's a 10-year-old and it's a 10-barrel blend. But then we finished it in cognac barrels. So it's a cognac finish, 100% rye, uncut, barrel strength, 122 proof.
So it's definitely pepper, and there is very slight mint, very slight, but
It almost tastes like scotch.
well, it's got
A lot of people
it's
compare it to
very
Scotch.
very Scotch-esque. I was thinking also there's that it tends to be that herbal, that medicinal, or kind of the people that don't like the rye, but
Right.
that goes toward that rye. Sometimes you'll get dirt or you'll get dill on there. There definitely has got it's not bad at all. I definitely could see a Scotch drinker liking this rye. 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like a single malt.
Right. That's what people have said. Like, if
Yeah.
you like rye, if you like Scotch, people love this.
Yeah.
I like the.
121 proof. Rye.
He's drinking
Oh,
something.
baby.
He's drinking something else
Yeah.
over there, but
Yeah, so I'll explain your flight to you as well, just so you kind of know what you're drinking too.
this is.
So the first two on your flight, all of our
I don't
purple
have these.
labels that you guys will see,
What is it? This one is called what?
the Taste of LBC,
The Taste of ODC.
and then this is the single barrel.
And he bought the single barrels, and there's 4 of them here. I'll put this up here, and you can freeze it if you want. Look at that. So, I didn't get that. I'm just going to observe. So.
Oh, you're going to taste it.
Oh, he's going to.
He left them for
He
you.
left some for me, so I'll slide him over here. So.
So the first two on the flight are single barrel bourbons. So I call these two sisters. All of our single barrels are the same mash bill. They're going to be the same age. They're just going to be poured out of 2 different barrels.
You think that's right?
Yes, yeah, that's exactly how it is. So the first 2 bourbons are 75 corn, 21 rye, 4 barley. That's kind of our staple mash bill that we like to go with. They're both uncut, barrel strength, 8 years old.
Yeah.
First one is 118 proof.
I was gonna say I didn't even know. I was like, oh, I like this proof. 118,
Yeah.
120.
Yeah, we don't cut any of our single barrels down.
Really, the small batch. I wish the small batch had been higher proof.
higher.
That's my only complaint about that first one was that it was just a little low proof. I wish it was a bit more
Yeah.
low proof.
No, that wasn't it.
So 118 proof on the
To me,
first
that's the
one,
best
116 proof on the second one, same
It's
mash bill,
got a great finish on that.
just different barrel.
Very similar, a little bit softer finish on this one.
Than the first one. Yeah.
I still like the.
I like the first one and the fourth one.
Yeah, the first one
That's
best. Yeah,
those are my favorite.
yeah, I agree.
So the second 2 are rye whiskeys, single barrel rye.
Dum dum dum.
These have a very unique mash bill. They are 65% rye, 35% wheat. So it's a wheated rye. They're also both 8 years old, uncut barrel strength. That one you just tried is 121 proof.
I don't know.
Chris liked that one a lot. Me, I like this one.
Okay, so
You
it's
like
not.
the last one?
So it's not minty. That's my big complaint is when something's spearmint, it kills my palate.
Mm-hmm.
This burns right up the middle. So I actually like this. It's actually pretty good.
I think it's that wheat really mellows out
Yeah.
that ryeness
Yeah,
that
I
you
think it's
usually
pretty
get.
good,
And then the last one is 120 proof, so there's only a 1 point proof difference in those two, but 2 different barrels.
Yeah, I mean, I like that one a lot better.
Like that one better?
Yeah, I like 1 and 3. I mean, they're all very good. I mean, I didn't have a complaint. Like the only thing, like the small batch was a little low proof. I wish it was just maybe if we hit close to 190, it would
Yeah.
be better. But they're all very good. This last one, the last 2, my lips are all numb.
No.
I've got like the lips, so you know it's good stuff. So. Oh,
Good.
As a manufacturer,
Well,
there's a
I
whole.
will appreciate it. Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank you so much, and I'll try to get Greg to come over here and say something to you guys.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll take your time.
All right. She's going to bring over some of our favorite. The wombat, fat wombat.
Fat Wombat.
Can't tell you how many
We have
times
a
I've been called
vodka
that.
and gin here.
All right, I'm gonna.
So our
She
vodka
likes it.
is an 80 proof. This guy was distilled 7 times.
They got gluten in it. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm just kidding.
This is my, besides the bourbon, this is my favorite. It smells like water. It tastes like water. Like it's, it's dangerous.
I do want to try it. I get
The
it.
wombats weren't cloned.
And with Greg, being Australian, we had to name it Fat Wombat.
Oh, yeah.
It drinks like water.
What proof
I
is
told
it?
ya.
What proof is
What
it?
proof is it? 80 proof?
Yep,
It drinks like water.
I know.
Oh man, that'd be dangerous.
That's dangerous.
It
yeah.
is.
Throw some flavor in that.
It is.
It just
It
about
drinks like
hard.
water.
That tastes. She's messing with us. That's water.
I promise it's not.
Fat wombat is water. So, holy cow! I mean, it smells like
It's dangerous.
It barely
is
barely
dangerous.
smells
Are
like
you
vodka.
strong to
Yeah.
you?
It was strong to you.
Oh, she don't drink.
That's
I
pretty.
told you, it smells like water, tastes like water.
I mean, that's.
But I promise it's vodka.
That. I think when she poured us some water earlier. I think this is what it is. I think that's how they get you here. No, that's surprising. Very surprising.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll hurt you.
I'm not excited about gin, but I am curious. So
I
let's
am
see.
not
It's
curious-
different.
I'm not curious
So
at all.
Fat Wombat Gin as well. This is a 90 proof, distilled 9 times. So it obviously has the juniper in there, but then it has cucumber and rose. as well. So we wanted to do something
You did say rose and
different.
not roe, right?
Yes, rose.
Okay, I thought
Yeah.
you said roe.
Cucumber and
Fish-
rose.
Cucumber and fish eggs. He didn't want one, but
No, I'm on.
You gotta try it.
Your vodka's shocking me, so
You gotta try it.
I'm hoping your gin will do the same.
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't try. That vodka was, I mean, everything else is great. The vodka is a star, really, honestly.
Yeah,
That's,
I mean,
that's scary.
unbelievable.
That's
Scary.
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 Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
it smells like bug spray. So we're on to. I feel like if I drink this, I will not be bit by a mosquito or get.
Yeah.
Or malaria.
That juniper.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's typical gin. Is
I
it
can-
typical gin on nothing else?
I can honestly say it's the best gin I've ever had, and I don't like gin. I don't like gin at all. I make jokes in my video about I wouldn't fight somebody who drank gin.
Right.
There's some gin at the end. Like if you, I would imagine if you put this with gin and tonic, or put this with gin and
Makes a great gin and tonic.
what's the other thing you put? Not grapefruit juice, but it's
Cranberry. A lot of people do like the
Gin fizz.
Yeah,
I mean,
a
it
gin
really
fizz.
goes really good with cranberry.
a
juice, too.
gin fizz.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really? I mean, it is. Everyone that hates this word, smooth. It's fantastic. I mean,
Gin to me is like I'm drinking a flower. And
Yeah.
I don't.
flour like the plant or flour like the white stuff?
No, like a plant.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like somebody grounded a marigold up in a glass and I drank it.
This is the best gin I ever had, hands down.
Good.
There's not even a comparison. And I don't like gin, but I would drink. I would want a gin drink with this, like you said, a gin fizz or
No.
there's another one with I can't think what it is. Is it the something 57? The French 57? Is the French 57 made with? I think there's some gin drink that
Yeah, I don't know much about gin.
I've had gin drinks that I enjoy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just drinking it straight.
This is amazing. Like,
Good.
I don't have any gin in my bar, but I may have to buy some of this to have it in my bar.
Yeah.
My homies love
Good.
gin and juice.
Yeah, gin and juice.
Oh, gin and juice is what we need to do. Thank you so much
There
for
we
this.
go.
I really
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're
I appreciate
very
it.
welcome. Glad you
Awesome.
guys liked it.
Awesome. I will say that this is the owner. I'll let him talk about. He said, "Do you want me to ask me a question?" And he already said, "Crap on." I said, "Crap on." That's what I'm all about. So
I'm very happy to crap on. Thanks for having me. Hi, everybody. Greg Keeley. I'm the founder, owner, distiller, dog washer, electrician today, as it turned out. We're at Larrikin Bourbon Company right now, here in downtown Lawrenceburg, right next to Wild Turkey. What about 300 yards from Wild Turkey?
not even that.
It's
Close.
close.
So yeah,
If it wasn't so crappy outside, you could walk.
yeah.
We make traditionally higher proof premium whiskies and bourbons. You guys have been trying some today. We like to focus in on single barrels here a lot. And I think, what did you guys have today? The Rise. How good is that?
So we had that one, and we tried the crossboard here. So we had the two choices there.
Yeah, so our single barrel, we have a single barrel high wheat rye, which is 65% rye, 35% wheat. We're the only people in the country that have that, as far as we know. It's an absolute bitch to make, so it'll never be made again, ever. And I think we've got about 15 barrels of it left. So it's the best whiskey we've ever put out of here, I think, even though it's not a bourbon. But we're very excited. We love you guys coming on down, and we'd love to see all your followers off YouTube come and visit.
I'll tell you, I'm friends with a lot of YouTubers and everyone, YouTubers, and we have a pretty healthy Discord too. Everyone's like, you got to go to Larrikin, and you really blew up at the whiskey festival. I'm sorry, the bourbon.
Yeah.
I said with bourbon festival, you really blew up there. So I mean, everybody's talking about you. So
That's great to know.
yeah, everybody loves you. So I mean, I love the bottle and bond. I think that's that's a star. But
That's what I'm drinking at home there.
But I'll tell you, we tried your vodka, which I'm not a vodka drinker. It's like drinking water. I mean, it's crazy. And I don't like gin either. Gin's another thing I don't like. The gin was amazing. I mean, I make jokes. I do hunt videos, and they're terrible. But but I always
You want to make a terrible hunt video? Come out with me.
Yeah. Mine are bourbon hunt, not
Okay.
I'm-
They're not elephants. I'm not kidding.
yeah.
No,
But,
I've never tried.
yeah, not on camera. But there's a
Yeah, that's right.
but But you'll drink gin and it's just horrible. But I mean, it smells. It smells like bug spray, obviously. But then quinine. But then you drink it, it's so just amazing. Like that. I mean, that fantastic. I mean, I didn't have anything. I didn't like. The only thing I would say is a small batch. I wish it was a higher proof. Is the only thing, because I'm a proof guy. So if it was a little bit higher, I'd have been happy. But everything I tried, and I really liked it.
So there's a funny story.
It's a decade.
We're talking about the decade, and it's aged in a cognac barrel, and it's called Decade Cognac now. And so what happened with that? We had Decade out for a year and a half, which is a 10-year-old 100% rye, and then off the back of a truck we acquired these two. That's as much as I can say about this. But we acquired these two amazing 15-gallon cognac barrels from France, and we're all like, well, what are we going to put in these that's different? These don't happen along every day. So we were changing our bottle shape anyhow from the old Lawrenceburg bottle to Larrikin, and I'm like, well, screw it, let's just dump those out. We're changing them and chuck them in these barrels. So all of a sudden we had this 10-year-old 100% rye aged in cognac barrels for 4 months or 5 months, whatever it was, and it just turned out amazing. So I was shocked. I had no idea.
So I love bourbon. I drank Scotch. I drank bourbon forever, and then I started drinking Scotch. I'm actually, my tagline is Bourbon Hunter by day, Scotch Evangelist by night. That's a that very very Scotch-esque in a good way. Not the band. People get the Band-Aid and all that. None of that. But there's I think my brother just said that there was a kind of a weedy, not you said grass, but there's just something there.
Oh man!
But this is really good too. I really enjoyed the decade. I mean, that's fantastic.
My impression of this is, and we didn't make this. This is sourced.
It was contraband at sea is what I'm thinking.
It was.
So on the way to Russia, and you found it. The whole story is sketchy. I love this place because it seems sketchy. It seems like
it seems to be sketchy. I was in the Navy for 20 years, so what do you expect?
Yeah, exactly. So.
But this actual whiskey was made. It's made in Alberta, Canada, and it was made for a customer in Russia, and it was shipped. It was on a boat, literally aged at sea, as it were, and that tagline's already gone.
Yeah.
So
Jefferson.
But it's Who? Never heard of him.
I never heard of him.
So the ship gets turned around when the war started, and it sat in the dock in Cincinnati for months, I understand.
Was it in barrels? Like in barrels? Or,
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just aging more at sea. Okay.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so we got hold of it, and then we didn't have much, but I think we had 20 barrels or something. There wasn't, it was like 5 or 6 pallets or something on, palletized. Anyhow, so we got it, and we bought it primarily because to keep it away from the bloody Russians, because they didn't deserve it. So we bottled it up, and the first time I tried it out of the bottle, I drank, because we'd had it out of the barrel and stuff, but you never know until it comes out of the bottle.
Is that before you put in the cognac?
Oh yeah, this is a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Or a year ago. And I drank it and I'm like, this tastes like dirt. And I still say that because I think it does.
Yeah.
In a good way. I really like that earthy.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And now with the cognac, it's just refined it significantly, I think. But if you can find it out there, give it a crack, because I think we've got 10 barrels of that, and that's it.
My argument, what I get tired with bourbon is it's vanilla and caramel every single time. You get sometimes cinnamon, but it's vanilla and caramel. You get something like this, it's so off profile. It's just something different. And you don't have to mix anything. What was the proof on this one?
124 or 144. I can't remember.
I don't think it's
124. Man.
124. I was like 144. Even better. But yeah, it's a high.
Yeah, that wasn't proofed either. That's what it came out.
Yeah, it's a high enough proof. You don't have to. This is a good sipping whiskey for me. You wouldn't put this with anything. It's just perfect. It's just like it's
great with a cigar.
Oh yeah. This is your cigar. I can't wait for you to reproduce it. So you just have to
exactly.
Create it in Alberta, ship it halfway to sea, sit on the dock somewhere.
I tell you, the funny thing is, like with a lot of the things we're putting out, at least currently, they're limited simply because we don't have any more. which I guess is what limited is. But we're not doing that as a marketing thing or any of that sort of nonsense. You know, if we like it, we put it in a bottle. If we don't like it, we don't. And that's how the cognac came about. It's how the high wheat rye came about. You know, they're going to run out this year, both of them. But we'll find the next thing. And, you know, that's keep us fresh, keep us moving. And that's sort of, you know, Larrikinism, or Larrikin is an Australian word, and it means to defy convention and don't follow the rules and all that sort of thing.
I think we Googled it. Wouldn't it mean like a
Mischievous child.
I was like a mischievous child, which I love.
Yeah, exactly.
He's churching it up, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and that's how I'm. As long as no one from TTB's watching.
No one watches these videos. You're
Yeah.
okay.
You just want to, you know, we want to do things a little bit different. It's like our distillery. It's not like any other distillery in Kentucky. I don't think. You know, it's darker in here. We have music playing. We have a walk-in cigar humidor. All of that sort of stuff is just a bit different.
I mean, if you close down the distillery part and just had a bar, this is a nice bar. And it's just a nice place to hang out. I mean, it's just, you know.
And that's what we find now on weekends. You know, the locals will come in and hang out at the bar on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Which is great because then we have the visitors come in and they're talking to the locals. You know, because we close like 2 hours after 4 rows of wild turkey, we get all those visitors, but we also get the staff that want to have a drink after work, and they come up here.
Poaching.
And,
It's poaching time.
well, I tell you what, this is one thing, and you know, I'll leave you with this thought, but the bourbon industry writ large is so supportive of everybody. It's amazing. Like, you know, I don't know if I can I say the S word?
You can. I'll beep it out.
Okay. You know, I don't know shit from clay, right?
Yeah.
So I've learned everything as I'm going. And in doing that, I've reached out to the distillers and the production managers at Wild Turkey, at Four Roses, at Woodford, and they've all helped without even thinking about it. And that's the amazing thing about the industry, is how forthcoming and helpful everybody is. And you know, we don't compete with Wild Turkey, we don't compete with Four Roses.
I think there's enough space for everybody, because you got your people who are going to love Wild Turkey, you're going to have who love Wild. But this is. I hate to call you craft whiskey, but you are. But,
Yeah,
but you're fun craft whiskey. And this is, you know, I think you buy something, you try it and throw it against the wall, and you know, it works. It's great. And if it doesn't, you'll do something different with it. So.
Well, and you know, we're the only veteran-owned and veteran-distilled distillery on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, which is, you know, I think people like. You know, we get a lot of people in because of that, that are already going to the big legacy places, and then they'll come and visit us. So if any of the 3 or 4 people watching want to come in at some point,
it hurts, but it's true. It's true.
Want to come in, we'd love to see them.
Yeah.
And if they tell them they were watching the video, the channel, we'll give them a free taste of the decade.
Oh, the decade. So that's Major Zero. He didn't know who I am, but that's Major Zero. Just come in and just say that, Major Zero. So,
We'll put it behind the bar. Seriously.
So, anything big coming up? Like anything you want to share that's like that big, that like something you're excited? And also, I want you to talk about. I know you're on social media. Just maybe talk about your social media.
Yeah,
just
sure.
a little bit. But those 2 things I'd love to hear about.
So big. We've got a bunch of stuff coming out next year. This year. I only got back in the country.
Yes,
yesterday.
just 2025. It was last year when he was in the other part of the world.
It was.
The calendar had caught up
I
with
worked
me.
out today that I haven't worn long pants since December 22nd, when I landed in Australia.
It's because in Australia, it's summer, not winter.
Yeah, it was 85 degrees in Australia. So I had shorts on for 3.5 weeks, and now I land here and I'm back into the track pants. But we've got a bunch of stuff coming down the pike. We're expanding our Fat Wombat White Spirits products, our gin and vodkas. We're bringing out a Navy strength gin, I'm sorry. We're bringing out, this is the big one, no one's heard this before. We're bringing out a vodka aged in freshly dumped bourbon barrels.
Oh, nice.
So our single barrel whiskey, bourbon should I say, we dump them, then fill them with vodka.
Is that still the vodka is going to be distilled 7 times? Same?
Yes.
Same vodka?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, we've actually got 4 barrels sitting up there now.
I was sitting there thinking, if you flavored that somehow, that would be deadly.
Well, we made this like about 4 months ago or 3 months ago, and it's remarkably. I don't drink vodka,
Oh, I don't either. I could.
But the vodka is clean. I think that's what they call it in vodka land.
It's the cleanest vodka I've ever had.
Yeah, I've never
Really?
had cleaner vodka.
Yeah.
Never had
Never.
cleaner vodka. Never.
Very pleased to hear
Yeah,
that.
never.
But then just putting that little bit of bourbon hint behind it, it's surprisingly good.
Yeah, I think I'd love to try that.
I'll see if I can go and dig some up where it's freezing up in the barrel.
When she gave it to us and she walked off, all three of us said, "That's not 80 proof."
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
80
we were like,
Yeah, 90 proof.
we
It was-
were
we did
like,
90
yeah,
proof.
Yeah, it was 90.
It's so,
Yeah.
It drinks like water.
Well, okay, so this is a funny story. So when we distilled our first batch, it came off the still and we let it cool down. And so I gave it to all the team so we could all try it. And I'm drinking it like this. I'm like, this doesn't taste like anything. And they all looked at me like I was stupid. And they're like, that's the point. And I was like, well, then what's the point of that? But apparently, if you're a vodka drinker,
It's
that's
the most
thing.
neutral spirit
Yeah, yeah.
I've ever had.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great to hear.
It's great for day drinking.
Right.
100%.
Yeah, that's. I just can't drink vodka because once that happens, I think I'm like on a slippery slope. But the vodka's been a big hit. Our gin, we're bringing out a Navy strength gin.
What's the Navy strength?
So that comes from the when the British sort of ruled the waves time of in the 1800s and things. And what used to happen is the victualers, the people that would buy everything for the ships, they would always have rum or gin. Gin for the officers, rum for the sailors. And the people selling it would always try and rip them off and give them cheaper, watered down product. The other thing was that if the spirit was too low a proof, if they broke and it got into the gunpowder, which was all just in sacks, that would render the gunpowder useless. Whereas if it was a high enough proof, over 115, 116 proof, if the gunpowder got wet, it would still work. So what they would do is they would get on the dock as they were getting the barrels in, they would pour some out, and if it would light, it was called Navy strength, and that was 114.8 proof, or whatever it is, I'm probably a little off. And that's just endured over time. So it's basically a high proof gin, and we're going to just give it a little tickle with some Earl Grey tea.
Thought you was going to say gunpowder.
Yeah, well, if I get away with it, I probably would.
We'll say it's gunpowder. He said
Earl Grey tea,
Earl Grey,
gunpowder.
Earl Grey, same thing.
So that's there are a couple of things on the white spirit front, and then we've got we'll have another deep purple come out this year. Now, our deep purple is a single barrel, 100 hazmat, I guess, 140 something proof, but it's one barrel out of 150, and we pulled 2 out of our last batch, and this next barrel will be a 9-year-old, but I think we'll only get about 110 bottles out of it. But we release that every year at Bourbon Fest. So we'll have another one of those.
We plan to be at Bourbon Fest, so
We'll make sure you come and visit us because we'll have some pretty cool stuff to try. We need to beat our bottled in bond at this year's Bourbon Festival, but I don't know if we can.
Yeah, that's going to be tough, but I think
I might just change the label and call it something different. There you go.
nobody.
No one will know.
So they need him for real work over there. Social media, real quick, just so.
Yeah, social media. So the Distillery social media is at Larrikin Bourbon, and that's on Facebook and Instagram. And my personal Instagram is Larrikin Distiller. And if you give us a follow, be happy to follow back, and the distillery will follow you back because we'd love to keep. That's where Emily, who you've probably spoken to, will keep you up to date on our new releases and all that sort of stuff.
All right, well, I really appreciate it. Thank you. I've had a
Hey,
fantastic
brother.
time.
Thank you.
Thank
No,
you so
we
much.
really. Is there anything you need to try?
I think we
I think
tried.
I would like to try that vodka
Gunpowder
that's-
gin?
Yeah.
Oh, gunpowder
the
vodka?
vodka that's
Yeah.
aged.
We may or may not do that on camera.
I'll see if I can
Might
find
be
it.
like your settings sometimes.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate
Thanks.
it. Thanks.
I had to hold
Awesome.
my
How cool
legs
is that?
straight up.
You sort of clean glass.
I think we have sort of clean glass. So, we got water.
Oh yeah, that might be easy.
Yeah. Let me clean this out. So, tell us what we're drinking.
So this, actually, you can see that. So this is our Fat Wombat vodka, and what we've done is, what did you say, November 11. We put this into one of our single barrel bourbon, 8-year-old bourbon barrels. And you can see that because I've not noticed it before. There's a slight tint to it. There's no colour necessarily, but there's a little tint. So this has been sitting in this is our vodka, Fat Wombat vodka sitting in a bourbon barrel. You are the first, this is no bullshit, you are the first people outside of our distillery
my brother slid over a glass. He's like,
that has ever tried this. So this isn't released yet. It won't come out for another few months. But
you know, it's almost like drinking bourbon. There is.
Okay,
Oh, man,
on
would
the
you like
nose
some?
is like on the nose.
There is. There's not.
nothing.
There's almost nothing on the nose. There's a little bit. You
Just
smell.
like the vodka, it's like
It's just
plain.
like that.
I'm trying this for the first time, like you guys. So
There is right there on the.
What proof is this at right now?
This is a hot white dog.
this isn't proof down yet.
Okay.
What is it?
I was like,
Probably 141.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
100. Yeah, it's,
I was like, the vodka we had earlier, I was like, I didn't feel no
That
proof.
hit me in the chest, bro.
I was like the vodka earlier. I was like, didn't have no
Yeah, there's-
proof.
there's
And
a
I was
lot-
like,
there's
I
a-
don't know
there's
what's
a-
changed in me. I was like,
So it's
this is good, but I was like, it's got some sting to
So
it.
I'll tell you, it didn't hurt me like it did them, but you definitely feel it. There's a little bit of that Kentucky hug in there,
Yeah.
just a little
I
bit.
just thought somebody had been off with
But
me. I was like,
but
It was like a snake.
I was
bit
like,
my
how
tongue.
am I-
are you gonna proof it down?
Yeah, we'll take this down to 90.
Really? Oh, I was gonna say
We'll
if
do a
you-
bottle for your special.
I was gonna say you need to do like a 144 of this.
leave it above 140 hazmat.
Yeah, leave a hazmat of this
Make
bottle.
a hazmat vodka.
I like it.
I actually don't mind that idea.
Yeah, I mean, especially with this, it's got.
Call it
Yeah,
scope.
it's got the flavor to it. It's like I said, it's got that bourbon whiskey.
You take it in, it's hot. Yes, it's hot. It's not PGA hot or anything like that.
No.
When you get in, there's a sweetness there,
Yeah.
that like a real deep sweetness in there. Not sickly sweet, like it's like the perfect amount of. It's not even. It's like
the
a.
burn?
It's like a kiss. It's like a.
No, there's no burn.
No
there.
burn.
No. Dude,
Mouth.
and
Light your mouth
And like I
up.
said, we've been outside all day. We camped out all night, so I've been cold.
Oh,
It's like
Jesus, did you?
Yeah, it's done. It's perfect.
We could have come just right here.
Yeah, we got to come straight here and just the sweetness. It's hard. It's almost hard to describe. I don't want to say vanilla, but like
Yeah,
there's
I would-
just like the sweetest
I would-
little like a light little caramel on there. But it's just it gives the vodka what vodka needs.
Dude,
right
apple
there.
or something? I don't know.
I would buy this
Like
at this
a
proof every day.
like almost apple, not apple pie, but you know like
Apple
the,
pie came to me first, but it's
But
not.
it's not apple pie, but it's like the stuff that you get like the cobbler part of apple pie, like
Which is the best part.
Right? Yeah, it's not an apple, but it's just in there.
That's what I. Yes, that's
Yeah.
exactly. The sort of syrupy.
The syrupy
bit
part
is
of it, I'm sure there's a technical term for it, but I've been drinking since 5 o'clock this
Yeah.
morning, so I can't. I'm
Yeah.
untrustworthy, dude.
You know what?
Think
You
about
guys, we're going to do this now as a hazmat. Absolutely.
There's no reason. There's no
that
reason.
is so good.
The reason it hit me first was because I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it.
And so I
was
drank it like it
expecting
was
that-
going to be 80 or 90 proof.
I was expecting that 90 proof vodka
Yeah.
that I drank earlier.
I was baby.
That's why
I was baby.
Whoa,
I was
yeah.
baby sipping it. Man, this is
Yeah.
fantastic. This is fantastic.
We're firefighters. You could call it firebush or something.
Yeah.
What do they call firefighters in Australia? Firefighters?
Fireys.
Fireys. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
do they say fireys here?
No.
no.
and we don't want that to catch me.
Anywhere in Australia, we have to shorten everything,
Yeah.
and we put a Y on the end.
Oh, that makes sense.
So you're fiery. Actually, that's the only thing I can think of with a Y on it at the moment. But like you're not a firefighter. I don't think I've ever heard the word in Australia, except on the news.
Yeah.
Oh, even the news now would say fireys.
Fireys. So.
Yeah. Oh, if you drive an ambulance, if you're an EMT, you're an AMBO.
An ambo.
Yeah, you drive an ambulance, so you're an AMBO.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
this.
think
Okay, guys, I'm not making this up.
Fiery ambo.
When we bottle this, we have to do it like I'll get some video for you,
Oh.
and because we're going to make this as a hazmat
oh, it needs to be a hazmat.
Yeah.
starting today. Yeah, that's totally changed what we're going to do.
I like it.
I love it.
Come here and you can talk to the owner and change his mind about something. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
This is actually pretty good.
It is good.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for a non-vodka drinker, especially. So, me either. I mean,
Well,
that's-
it tastes like
Yeah, it's got just enough bourbon in
What
it.
is that?
Yeah. I wish we had more of it.
I know. Yeah. Well, that's
Something was reminding me of the Klondike bar, and I was like,
Klondike bar.
I wasn't getting that apple pie.
There is
Yeah, I didn't get the apple
there
pie
is.
either.
I'll say we'll take a little journey together. There is a chocolate without it being chocolate. There is the milkiness part of that, but I think it goes back to the syrupy part of what we were talking
what
about.
y'all were talking about, that syrupy. I'm getting that.
like
right
that
there.
apple, like if you get like a homemade apple pie and you're just getting the syrup part in there, man, that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that'll be. We got to think of the name for it, but it'll be our. So you guys have to work on that.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Shoot me a text or an email, let me know.
I like Firebush.
Fire.
Well, it'd have to be the fiery. It'd have to be the fiery.
bush.
It'd have
Fiery.
to be fiery.
Firebush.
Yeah, we can have barrel aged vodka, fiery barrel aged
If you throw hazmat in the name,
Yeah.
it helps sell it.
hazmat, fiery hazmat.
These bottles will be $600.
Yeah, that's right. And you guys will get 20%.
Oh, I got that on camera.
Come quick and often.
Yeah. So well, thanks for doing that, guys.
All right,
That's awesome.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.